Welcome to the 5 p.m. PrePR brought to you by the Bill Howell Family Companies. The Cox Communication Prep Picks Report game of the week is RANCHO Bernardo at Madison High. They kick off at 6:30. We are joined by Broncos head coach TRISTEN McCoy. Coach, this time of the year, everybody says, especially with the season moved up a week, no one's ready. But usually the defense is ahead of the offense this time of the year. You got everybody back on offense. Could that be not the case for you?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, yeah, we're putting in a new defense this year, so there's a lot more learning going on that side of the ball than our offense. You're right, 9 starters back. It's kind of just go. And special teams, though, as always, is going to be the big question mark.
Bugaboo.
Absolutely.
So 10 starters back on offense, which I don't think I've ever heard of in high school. Noah Morris wasn't sacked at all last year. That whole offensive line's back. Are you even going to run the ball tonight, or is this going to be throw? What are you going to do?
That's our identity. Absolutely. We're going to try to run the ball, run the rock.
With that quarterback in that O-line?
Absolutely,
block?
yeah.
Right.
He'll make some throws. But
can you give us that prediction for tonight? Because I picked you guys in the upset. Paul wouldn't go.
You're the one.
Paul wouldn't go on record with anything, but I picked you for the upset.
All right, Tristan. Well, you know you got to get to your team. Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Now, for the very first time, we're going to send it up north, where Rick Willis is standing by at COSTA Canyon. Take it away, Rick.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. And let's welcome in a new sponsor for our North County Game of the Week Draft Republic. And this one should be a good one. COSTA Canyon will be hosting Cathedral. If you saw our PPR Top 9, both teams are in the PPR Top 9. You're looking at a JV game right now. Oh, fumble into the end zone right there. And right now the JV for Cathedral's beating COSTA Canyon 20-6. Hey, coming up at 6:20, we have our very first official game. I'll have highlights of that one. That would be Santa Fe Christian hosting Olympian. That'll be coming up at 6:20. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of balmy out here. I don't know how it is where Brandon Stone is. Brandon, can you answer that?
Folks, it is the City Game of the Week brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Take a look out there as Valhalla is getting ready after a subpar season, wanting to get it back together. They'll be facing the Centurions. And you know, when you're at a football game, you sure do hear a lot of things. And at UC, there is something very special that you hear. What do you usually hear, moms, at UC? Yeah! That's right. That's exactly what you hear. You know, when I come out here, I'm always hearing these wonderful bells, but what I want to know from you guys is, what's the most gratifying thing? We'll start here. What's the most gratifying thing for you about being a football mom?
I have no idea. It's being part of a big community.
Being part of a big community, because this is a wonderful community that it is. A football community. UC could be a special year out here trying to go for an Eastern League championship. Now let's go out east to the first time. Your new master of the East County, Madhouse, Maddie Sinclair.
Game of the Week brought to you by Elk Home Ford is out here at Granite Hills. They're taking on the POWE Titans. Now, the Granite Hill Eagles are coming off of a strong season. They won 8 in a row before losing to Steel Canyon in the D2 semifinals by 1 point. But, you know, you're used to hearing the name Jake Siegfried at quarterback, but he's no longer at Granite Hills. He has been replaced by Chris Ostring, who is usually at running back, but, you know, they're going to put him at quarterback this season, and I've heard that he is a better passer. Now, on the other side of the field, the POWE Titans, they kind of have a little bit of a different record. They won 3 games last season, but they're a young team, and you have Coach Coates at head coach, and it's only his second year. They have Maximus Brown moving up from JV at quarterback, so he is fresh, along with their whole defensive line. And so it's going to be a great game out here. The last time these two matched up was back in 2011, and POWE took home the win. So it's going to be a great game. I'll pass it to the South Bay. Bo, you hear me?
Thank you, Madison. I appreciate that. I'm here with Hoover head coach Jimmy Morgans. Coach Morgans, Hoover's done a lot over the past 3 years since you started. Talk about some of the changes that have taken place at Hoover.
Well, I think it's a top-down approach. We got a new principal, and it's been absolutely real supportive, 100% of athletics, and we have a new athletic director as well. And you know, I've been at Hoover for 17 years, and last Wednesday he came out to practice, and he was just right in the mix, right in the middle of everything, came out in the middle. And not that we haven't had principals supportive of our football team, but it was the first one where, you know, guy, I mean, he just wants to see the kids do well and succeed, and he was a coach himself, so he sees a real high value in high school athletics and high school football.
Nice. Coach Morgans has been at Hoover for 17 years, third year as a head coach. Allison, over to you.
Thank you, Bo. I'm here at Hilltop High School where they're getting ready to face the Escondido Cougars in the first game at the new and improved Robert Dodd Stadium. I'm joined now by senior kicker David Delgado. Hi, David. Thank you.
Hello. How's it going?
What has the suspense been like leading up to this moment where you finally get a place to call home again?
Well, I mean, as a kicker, I don't have field goals to kick in, so now at least I have some field goals to kick in. We've all really been excited, looking forward. Had this pep rally in the morning. During the score, everyone's chanting, looking forward to the game, and all practice have been hyping up to this moment.
And what is one thing, real quick, you're most excited about for this season?
Making a 50-plus yard field goal.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Have fun out there tonight.
Thank you very much.
Paul, I will send it over to you.
Allison, excellent job. Allison Edmonds, everybody at Hilltop High. You know it takes an army to put this show on the air, and every year we have a new bunch of troops. That's why we send them out to all the games that we're covering, 32 games in all. We send these crews out, and besides bringing you the very best and highlights and additional web content, they also do a hogcast. Their job is to find that interesting sidebar story, the behind-the-scenes look at the football game, and then we post those up on our social media platforms, and you can be entertained for hours upon hours. Every week we post 32 of them, sometimes as many as 40. So if you're a fan of social media, if you're a fan of high school football, make sure you check out KUSI PPR on all our platforms. All right, we've had just the 5 p.m. newscast is now concluded. The KUSI News at 6 and the 6 p.m. PrePR are coming right back.